Who, Lord? Just wait for the folks to show up here in a moment before we blast off, I guess you could say. Who fucking Lord, dude? I did not get nearly enough sleep. Certainly not the required amount. I ended up I'm not dead. Here we go. Yeah, the stream cut out for a moment, but we were in the wakefulness arc. I was awake for well over a day. I was like I wasn't awake for 2 days quite, but I was coming close. Um, so I was awake for a while, but now I got some sleep. I got to sleep at like 3 a.m. last night. It was weird. I got to sleep at 3 a.m. and then I ended up waking up at like 8:40 around that point. So I had about 5.5 hours of sleep, give or take, which is not great. 5.5 hours of sleep, like optimally, you need 8 hours of sleep per night. Five and a half is not that much, but I guess it's better than no sleep. But the crash that I had from yesterday it was a pretty intense crash. Like, I went from just being completely wired, having all of this energy, to being, insanely dead tired. And it was kind of incredible because, like I said, I was awake for I think it was almost 2 days. This is the thing, is that I lose track. I'm not very good with remembering dates and keeping track of time and stuff. And so, like, the way that time moves for me feels like it moves so much faster than it does for other people. Where when other people describe to me the way that they perceive time, it sounds very, very slow. I perceive time very fast. And so, uh, like, it's hard for me to keep track of days and stuff. I'm not good with that. But I knew I was awake for a long time, well above how long you should be awake for. And so I'm surprised I didn't get more sleep, like you think I would have slept for longer. But I was thinking about it, and when I woke up, I was just really, really hungry. And then I thought about it is that I drank water before I went to sleep. And if you drink water on an empty stomach, the water is going to deplete the what is it called? Like the resources in your stomach, like the fat that you would be adding up, the weight that you would be gaining, essentially goes away if you have hours and hours of between meals spaced apart and you're just constantly drinking water. And that's probably one of the reasons why I'm so thin, is that water is like my comfort food. I just constantly drink water. And so it's very good for me to do that, but it also contributes to me being underweight because I eat, hours and hours apart from one another. So when I was going to sleep, I was drinking all of this water before I went to bed, and it had been like hours and hours before the last time I had eaten. And that was a recipe for disaster because when I woke up, I was like insanely hungry when I woke up. That was probably the thing that woke me up. Um, so if I were to deduce one theory, it would be that one. Uh, Drinking enough water is cringe, bro. I completely disagree. I think everyone should drink above. Everyone should drink above the amount of water that doctors tell you to drink. Don't intoxicate yourself with water. Don't drown yourself from the inside. But like in general, I think people should drink as much water as they can. It's good for you, and it makes you feel better. You just feel better the more water that you drink. Even in my most like suicidal doomer phases or times in life, I've always been an advocate of water. I think drinking water is important. It's very, very important. Let's see here. Carbon X says, "Hey, how you doing, friend?" Um, yeah, yeah. Water is important. People don't. Oh my fucking god! Is there not a bowl? Okay. I don't want to. Wait, no. There's a bowl over here. Okay. But yeah, 5.5 hours of sleep. I mean, I think it's better than what I could be doing, which is not sleeping at all. I mean, that's kind of what I wanted to do. That's kind of what I wanted to do. Like, I wanted to be awake. I wanted to see if I could make it to staying awake for 3 days again. Um, and I wanted to see if I started getting delirious because the delirious states that you get into from not sleeping for long enough are really fascinating to me. Um, that's the worst aside from pouring a bowl of cereal with no milk. I don't mind having no milk personally. Uh, but like, I like the delirious state. Who the hell is? Oh,